Welcome to another weekly UAS news update. This week I've got 4 topics that I want to talk about, and one of which happened right after I had recorded the news update segment last week, and it's the Department of Interior that decided to ground Chinese drones. The next thing is the UK is going with a registration and a drone test starting this week. We have some news from UPS and CVS that completed their first delivery of goodies. We'll talk about what happened there. And then finally, we'll finish with a drone that can fly 70 minutes. Yep, 70 an hour and 10 minutes. So that's kind of a big deal. So let's get to it. First thing first, let's talk about the Department of Interior that decided to ground all Chinese drones being used in the US government. And what that means is that they're waiting for a review to be completed to make sure that the drones are not sending signals to the Chinese government. Now, they said that drones that are used for emergencies like firefighting, for example, are exempt at this stage. But if you remember, if you've been following this for a while back, we had talked about the DOI that was doing the same thing, Department of Interior, that had actually already commissioned a study back in July, of this year, and they found that everything was fine. And so now there is a new concern, I guess. I'm not sure what prompted it. I guess I can guess certain things, but the DJI back then in July had replied by creating a new type of software, which called the Government Edition, that was designed to not communicate at all on the internet until the user was on the ground, and then all the data was basically stayed with the drone, so nothing was sent anywhere. Now, if you remember 2 weeks ago in Drone News number 22, we talked about this Drone Origin Security Enhancement Act, Drone Origin Security Enhancement Act, that was being pushed by someone in the House or the Senate. I don't remember which one it was. But basically, they were saying that the American government should be using American-made drone, which kind of makes sense if you think about it. So there was a whole list of things that they were trying to get banned. So it looks like the DOI kind of went ahead of all this and decided to ground the drone. Now, if you want more information on this, I'm going to put a link down here, and I'll talk about it again if I hear more when things get updated. But for now, this is what's happening. On to the next thing, which is the UK that is introducing a registration for their drones. And this actually surprisingly was not something that was in place. But if you remember, for Christmas, there was a big fiasco over the supposedly there were drones flying over the airport. I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but I still have yet to see one proof of drones actually being in the flight path. So until then, I'm going to be on the side of caution, let's say. And operators now have to actually register their drone that are over 250 grams and also have to take an online test before they can legally fly. Now, the drone registration is $12, £9, and it's going to have a unique number. It's going to give you a unique number that you have to put on your drone. This is very much what we have in the US, including the test where the FAA is working on a test right now for hobbyists that they will have to take before they fly. So this is very much in line with what we've seen and with other countries as well. So north of us, the same thing has happened in a lot of different places. So, so nothing new here, but let me know what you think. If you live in the UK, has this affected you? Have you done the test? I'd like to hear what's on the test and kind of see how it's going to be used. The next thing I want to talk about is delivery. We've talked a lot about delivery and talked about UPS Flight Forward in the past. Now, UPS and CVS have joined hands, and we talked about this 2 weeks ago, where Alphabet, Wing, and FedEx and Walgreens were getting together to deliver goods to their customers. Now, CVS and UPS are using drones to make the first delivery of prescription to a customer's home in the US. So here's a first for you to put on the history books of UAS regulation and all that. But interestingly, the rumor has it that the CVS receipt is actually used to lower the package all the way to the ground, starting from 50 feet. That's about how big those CVS, no, I'm just kidding. But this is cool. I think this is, again, a step forward. This happened in North Carolina, in Cary, North Carolina. And well, we'll see where this takes us, where we have more and more of these drone deliveries. UPS has said that they want to have more of these in rural communities where it's hard to get the medication to the customer. So just be ready for more of these things. And I'm going to finish it today with talking about a drone that can fly for 70 minutes, an hour and 10 minutes. Now, this is a California-based company that is coming up with this thing. They're called Terraview, and they're coming up with the RangePro X8. And the 8 in there stands for the number of propellers that are actually on the drone, the number of motors as well. Now, it's not an octocopter. It doesn't have 8 legs. It actually has 4 legs, but 2 motors, one on the top, one at the bottom per leg. And this thing actually designed to fly for 70 minutes with a payload, a full standard payload. If you look at it, it looks very much like a Matrice looking type of aircraft with the gear at the bottom and just the prop and the payload in the front. The company advertises that it's more efficient, which makes sense because you don't have to swap batteries. Also a much better return on investment and longer service life. The drone is more solidly built, I should say, than other drones that we've seen. So it's compatible with actually a whole lot of different payloads, including the Zenmuse series, the X3, the X5. I think the X5S I saw was in there as well. The XT series, the thermal cameras and the dual camera in there. FLIR, LiDAR, and even some of the View Pro payloads that you can find on the Pixhawk. So it's advertised as being engineered and assembled in the US. So if you want to see more information, I'll put a link down here, terraview.com, and just go take a look at it. I actually like their website. I went to look at it. As it happens, an alumni from the school that I graduated at reached out to me because he's doing the course that we're doing right now. So I'm actually excited to have seen this in the news and took a look at their website. Actually, I'm going to reach out for more information because I want to hear more about this drone. So cool stuff. And this is it. This is it for this week. We've got, as always, big discount right here for the Part 107 class. This thing is growing so fast. We're going to reach 6,500 customers pretty soon here on the platform. So we're growing thanks to you guys. We're also growing on the YouTube page, adding a lot of people every week, a lot of views. So I'm really excited. I love the conversations that we're having on these discussions on these videos. So with this being said, that's it. Like the video, subscribe if you don't. That way you'll get notifications and leave a comment. I want to hear from you. That's it. Have a great weekend and I will see you next week.